Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl Podcast, the podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. Imagine having the courage to reinvent your life financially, professionally, personally, and spiritually. Join Cheryl and guests as they share practical tips and resources to inspire you to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams. So grab your favorite mug. It's time for Coffee with Cheryl.
Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl Podcast, a podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. I am your host, Cheryl Garrison. I am a publisher, an author, a coach. I am passionate about everything that has to do with women over 50. And I am so excited that you have joined me on this beautiful Monday morning in Phoenix, Arizona. I have two announcements before we get on with the podcast today. Pretty exciting stuff. The first thing is our podcast, the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, has been listed among the top 70 podcasts for women over 50 in the country, and we are actually number 25. That is so exciting for those of us who work on the podcast, who take the time to get this wonderful show out to you there, and for all the women over 50 who get to enjoy our episodes. We are number 25, and that was voted by Feedspot, which is a podcast distributor. So I will put that information in the comments so that you can go on Feedspot and look us up at number 25 in the top 70 podcasts in the country. The second announcement is on February 24th, I was pleased to announce the release of my new fiction novel, Legacy Secrets Revealed. It is the sequel to my first novel, Legacy, the novel, and it is now available on our website, and it is available on Amazon. And the significance about that is that it was on February 24th, in 2025, I was in surgery for breast cancer. So my goal after the surgery and after the recovery and through all that happened between now and then, I wanted to release that book on that very same day. And it was released on February 24th, 2026, just 1 year after going through breast cancer. And I'm pleased to say that today I am cancer-free and I am living my best life. So today we're going to talk about legacy, because that is really the core where we are now in the 50-something Women's Network. And so today our episode is living your best life and leaving a legacy. Now, you may be wondering, why are we talking about legacy right now? Well, most of us think legacy is about leaving something, money or a house or a car, some kind of possession that we leave. But legacy, leaving a legacy, is about so much more. It's about, what are you leaving for the people that you leave behind here in this world? What are you leaving for them to hold on to, for them to cherish, for them to grow from? What values are you leaving? What lessons are you teaching them? What stories are you leaving behind that will enrich your family's legacy? And especially for us at our 50-somethings, we are at the point where we are at the end of doing all the things that give us riches and get us in positions where we want to be. And we're really thinking about, what can I do now to leave a mark? And that leads us to our quote for today. And it's by Maya Angelou. And it's, if you're going to live, leave a legacy. Make a mark on this world that cannot be erased. Think about it. If you're going to live, and we're all living right now, especially those of us in our 50-somethings, live and leave a legacy. Make a mark on this world that cannot be erased. So today we're going to talk about some of the ways that you can establish a legacy that when you are gone from this world, people will remember, whether it's your children, whether it's your grandchildren, it's your community, your church. Think about the legacy. What will people say when they think of you? What have you left here? Now, what I built started 50 something lifestyle. It started from my own personal selfish reasons because I was going through some life changing things, and I started to blog, and I started to really reflect on where my life was going to go in my 50 somethings. My kids were leaving the house. I was, I had gone through these careers. I had started these businesses, and then I found myself, what do I do now? And so I started to think about what I wanted to do to help other women over 50 build their life, reinvent their life, do something that they can leave here and say, that one thing I wanted to do, I did it. And one thing I have been told, this is something that someone told me, that for someone like you, Cheryl, you build platforms for women over 50 to thrive. Legacy is especially powerful. It's not what you leave to people, it's what you leave in them. And this person told me that I have left so much in her that she has been able to rebuild her life and do those things that she had put on hold for so many years while doing the things that she thought were, of course, they were important, but now she's doing stuff that will leave something in the people that she is affecting. So today we're going to talk about some ways that you can leave a legacy. Remember, leaving a legacy that means something that cannot be erased. So think about your values. Your values will outlive you. So what values are you leaving? What character do you have that you believe is important for other people to know and other people to mimic, other people to live and do some of the things that you believe are important in character? Is it your integrity? Are you modeling integrity, courage, your faith, honesty? What are those things? What are those values that you teach your children, your children's children? Those things that make a difference within the person. Think about that. What values are you leaving? That's number one. Value, integrity, the ability to have patience. Is that a value that you're leaving? So as you're thinking about your legacy, think about the character that you exude and what does that mean to people who come in contact with you. Will they say, she was a person of faith, she was a person of honesty, she was a person that had high integrity. You knew that if she said something, she was going to do it. So first, values outlive you. So what values are you leaving? Second, what impact are you making on people's lives? Are you doing something that people will remember? They'll say, I did this because of something that Cheryl said or something that you said. If someone changes because of you, think about that. Think about that legacy that someone started a business because you did, and you told them the importance of being ability security? Or did someone write a book because you told them they had a story that other people needed to hear? Did someone heal from a grief because you told them how you got through a situation where you were grieving and some of the things that you did to help you grieve your loved one? Did someone reinvent their life because you gave them some tools to help them go back to school, go learn to play an instrument, go run a marathon, go travel the world, go and totally change careers because of something that the impact that you had on them. They saw you. That was a legacy that you left. They saw how you lived, and they wanted to mirror that. So think about that as your legacy, the impact that you are making on the lives of people you come in touch with. The next thing is the stories. What are your stories? Are you sharing your stories? I personally share my stories in book form. Now, that didn't start until my 50s. I published my first book. I was almost 60 years old. And that was because I had always wanted to share stories, share my expertise, share what God has given me. And I finally did it. So think about, is that the impact that you're leaving? That's the legacy that you're leaving, your stories, where people can pick up a book with your name on it and say, this is the legacy that she left. Think about, when I look in the front of my book, I list all my books. I list the books that I've written, and right now I believe I'm up to 9 nonfiction and fiction books. So think about the story. When you tell your truth, are you changing someone's life? And if you're changing someone's life, then you are leaving that legacy of your story. So share your story. If you have a story to share, you want to write a book, contact me. I will help you through the process. It is the most freeing and enjoyable thing I've ever done in my life. And I recommend that. We're all born storytellers. If you have a story to tell your story. Leave your legacy through your stories. The next thing is our faith. That's probably the most important thing that you can give to someone in your life. I know my husband and I, the first thing we gave our children was Jesus, just like our parents gave Jesus to us. And because of that, when he's a part of our life, that faith that we have comes from the legacy that our parents left and their parents left them. Are you continuing that, or have you just thrown that to the wayside and said it's really not important? I got it, but no, I don't care about my kids, me having it. Think about it. Leave a legacy of faith, whether it's through your prayers, through your church, through your community. What are you doing that are showing people that by having faith, your life is richer and theirs would be as well? I know for me, that's the only thing that's gotten me through some of the things I've been through in my 50-something. It was my faith. Without that, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. The next thing is, are you empowering people? Are you giving people hope? Are you letting them know that despite what they're going through, they can make it, that nothing is impossible, that they have within them, they are empowered within to achieve anything that they want to achieve? That's a legacy. If you're able to leave that to a young person who is struggling with their career or just trying to decide where they want to go, empower them by helping them see what's in them that they can utilize to push their lives forward. And then finally, what little tangible thing are you leaving? I'm not talking money. I'm talking about things like a nonprofit, something that helps people who are in need, a scholarship fund. My husband and I, we have the STAR Scholarship Fund at one of the community colleges here in Phoenix, South Mountain Community College. And we've raised over $600,000 for students who want to go to school but don't have the finances to do it. And so we have the scholarship fund that we created. That's a legacy. When we leave here, STARS will still be here and still be helping young people go to college. A movement. Have you started a movement? Are you involved politically? Are you an activist? We're not all activists, but that's a legacy. We just lost Jesse Jackson. That man left a legacy of helping people gain their civil rights and get through this system of racism, of hate. He gave them tools. He fought along with Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks to help us become citizens and with equal rights as any other citizen of the United States. That's his legacy. Have you leaving a legacy for if you have daughters? A legacy of being a proud woman and not letting anyone tell you that you can't just because you're female. Just think about those things that we can leave behind. So I just wanted you to think about that. What legacy are you leaving for the people in your life, the people in your church or your synagogue, the people in your temple, the people in your community? What are you leaving them when they think of who you are? What is that legacy? Legacy is important. That was the whole premise behind this, was learning about who you are. So today I empower you to think about that as you're going through this month of March, thinking about the legacy. Think about your own family's legacy. Write down some things that are significant to your family, that defines your family's legacy. And together, let's really make this world a better place, because we are living our best life, leaving behind a legacy. So I hope you have learned something today that will take you into the upcoming spring. And as I said, in our future podcasts, we're going to be meeting some really special women. And I hope that you'll be able to gain some knowledge from them. But today, again, because of the release of my book and the importance to me of legacy, the importance that a year ago when I got that news that I had breast cancer, I wasn't sure if I would be here right now talking to you and sharing with you some wonderful things that are going on in my life. But I just hope that when you think of me, you think that she left us something to think about as women over 50. So remember, you don't have to live your best life 3 years from now or tomorrow. You can live your best life right now, today, and you can live that best life by leaving a legacy for those people in your life. So go out and make this a fabulous March, and look forward to our podcast in April. And if you have a chance, go on Feedspot and look up us as within the top 70 podcasts for women over 50, and leave a message with them to thank them for recognizing the Coffee with Cheryl podcast. And again, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Go on my website, purchase my book, give it as a gift, or just, call me and we'll talk about legacy. I would love to hear from you. So have a good one, and God bless you all.